Hey lovelies, it's MLP with Lovely Lulu Designs, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how to properly prep or sand a tumbler. I'm going to show you what a properly sanded cup should look like and also do a quick video demonstration to show you guys why it's so important to be prepping your tumblers. Because this is my first video, I want to kind of go back to the basics on tips for making these tumblers. And I want to start with that first step. And this is a bit of a contested step in the tumbler community. Some people do this, some people don't. I'm surprised that it's a contested step because for me, unlike most things where there's lots of different ways to do things and like that's maybe just what works for you, I find that this should be just the general rule, and that is sanding your cups before you do anything else to them. And today I'm going to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about the importance of that and kind of do a little bit of a water demonstration so you can see the difference between an unprepped surface and a prepped surface. So I'm going to first show you, I've already kind of prepped it, I've already done my sanding. I use a detail sander. I used to sand by hand, but with the number of tumblers that I'm making now, my shoulder did not like that. It was not for me. So I bought a small detail sander, and I use a lower grit sandpaper. I personally don't like using anything over 100 for my prep. I usually use around 80 to 100. Anything more than that, I find I don't quite get the teeth in it that I want for my paint or my epoxy to adhere to. So this is a 30 ounce straight. Oops, water inside. This is a 30 ounce straight. This is fresh from the box. You see it's super shiny. This is nicely polished. They'll use a polishing device to make it nice and smooth and shiny for you when you're taking it out. There'll be oils on this, and that's all going to make it hard for your spray paint or your epoxy to adhere to. This is one that's been sanded. I used, like I said, an 80 grit on this one here. So you can see it's super dull. You can see all those little scratches. So that's got plenty of teeth for your paint and your epoxies and everything to hold on to for you. So just a side-by-side comparison, if you can kind of tell that difference, it's pretty obvious just by looking at it. But I'm also going to show you with the water test. So I'm going to kind of move you over to have a view of my grungy workshop sink. I apologize for how it looks, but it is a workshop, so it is what it is. So we're going to start with our fresh from the box, super shiny tumbler. We're going to run it under some water, and you are going to see that it just beads right off. See that? See how it's beading? And it just comes right off like that. Versus this here. So it's sheeting. It's not beading the way the other one was. It's holding on. It's taking longer to clear off. So that's going to be a big difference. So another, don't just take it from me. Another place that tells you to do this is on your spray paint itself. So this is just Rust-Oleum flat black. It's the 2x primer and paint. And if you look at the preparation instructions on this, it says remove loose paint and rust with wire brush or sandpaper. Lightly sand glossy surfaces, clean with soap and water, rinse and let dry. That is the prep recommendations on your spray paint. So even your spray paint tells you to do this. So I kind of feel like this one here is something that is a step that you really shouldn't skip if you want to have your cups last a long time. It's your name that goes out there, it's your quality of work, and it's something that I highly, highly, highly recommend you do. Thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you saw, please be sure to leave this video a thumbs up. Also, be sure to subscribe to my channel and tickle that little notification bell so you're informed of any future videos that I'm posting. See you guys later.